Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with the Transformers Titans Return review of the Legends class Wheelie, the little orange Autobot who charmed and annoyed us all when he first appeared on the big screen in the Transformers, the movie. Weelie takes the form of a futuristic car. It's reminiscent of his Generation 1 appearance, however, I wouldn't call it a 100% slavish representation. It's a bit lower, wider, not as curvaceous, with a bit more grunt and somewhat racy. I like the general shape. The rear end isn't as clean as I'd like, and the peg holes in the side are an odd distraction too. Paint apps fill out the front and side air intakes, the rear lights, and center section of the car. The clear black windshield adds a good contrast against the orange palette, and I was surprised to find that the wheels are also done in the same clear black material. It's not hugely noticeable, yet I find it fits the car's futuristic nature. Of course, the biggest issue with this alt mode are all those panel breaks. They exist simply because a handful of the tabs just don't line up and connect. Obviously, there was some oversight between the design phase and the full production of this toy. The result is that Weelie doesn't have the most secure alt mode. Rolling it around and in hand, it's fine. However, the minute you add any pressure to a structural point, it tends to fall apart. It's not ideal and bums me out as I genuinely do like the look of this car. Weelie doesn't include any accessories, though he does have a 2-stage opening cockpit that can seat a Titan Master. Unfortunately, that nice black canopy almost entirely blocks any driver from view, even the brightest ones. Transformation from vehicle to robot is fun and engaging. If I were to count all of the steps, it wouldn't be outside of the norm for a modern Legends class Transformer, yet it still feels like a lot is happening. It's quick too, and one you shouldn't have trouble with should you lose the instructions. On the other hand, going back to car mode can be frustrating with all those loose tab connections. You're just gonna have to wedge it together. Wheelie's robot mode is where things start to deviate a little harder from his G1 roots. He's still recognizable as the classic character, however, he's not as slender and possesses a bit of chunk. His silhouette is clean and almost imposing. Color placement and paint apps are nicely spread out to give a good balance of details. Personally, I love the obnoxiously huge knee pads, though I could do without the forearm kibble. Otherwise, I think he looks great. At 3.5 inches tall, Weelie comes off as a punchy little Autobot. For articulation, Wheelie's head is on a swivel, as is his waist. The shoulders, elbows, hips, and knees are all on ball sockets, each containing a decent amount of range. Weelie can pull off some good poses for his scale, I just wish his shoulders could open up that little bit more. Titans Return Weelie is a cute, fun Transformer. If I were to base it on design and functionality alone, I'd say that this is a great Legends class release. But that's not the entire truth, because I can't ignore the fact that the vehicle mode suffers from huge structural problems. I've even heard reports that others have had a far worse experience than I. Additionally, the lack of a weapon or accessory can be seen as a fault, though I'm not too bothered as I find his ability to carry other Titan Masters around far more interesting anyways. He may not be a perfect toy. That said, Titans Return Weelie is still worth checking out. At the very least, he is the best version of the character to date. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next review.